just started the show. I picked my box up off my desk that I've had for 9 years. My box is broken. They told me you broke it.
These are the 10 funniest moments from Johnny Carson's legendary 30-year run on The Tonight Show that had audiences laughing until they cried. From broken cigarette boxes to tomahawk tosses, these are the clips that defined late-night comedy and cemented Carson's legacy as the king of late night. Carson interviewed over 22,000 guests across 4,500 episodes, which is about 3,300 hours of footage. And out of all that material, certain moments stand out as pure comedic gold. Let's count down the 10 funniest. Number 1. Don Rickles breaks the cigarette box. The number 1 funniest moment combines everything that made Carson great in one spontaneous sequence that crossed between shows and created comedy history. December 13th, 1976, started with Don Rickles appearing on The Tonight Show, which was being guest hosted by Bob Newhart that night. During his segment, the insult comic playfully used Carson's prized wooden cigarette box as a prop and accidentally smashed it with a bang during a gag.
Hey, you're not gonna have to hang it. No, this is now your night. You take. Come on. Oh, Carson's cigarette box. Oh, I broke his box. I broke Carson's cigarette box.
The next night, Carson returned to host and noticed his broken cigarette box sitting on his desk, and when he learned that Rickles was taping his sitcom CPO Sharky on a nearby soundstage, Carson made a split-second decision that nobody expected.
Uh-oh.
What the hell happened to this?
Well, as long as you've seen what happened.
You know how long I've had the cigarette box on his desk?
You brought that up from New York City?
I brought this from New York. What on earth?
It happened last night.
Who?
Don Rickles.
I did not see the
Don
show
Rickles
last
did it last night.
Carson grabbed a camera crew and burst into Rickles' set in the middle of filming to confront him about the broken box. Both studio audiences went absolutely wild as Carson held up the broken box and teased Rickles with mock anger. "What are you gonna do about this, big dummy?" Carson demanded. Rickles feigned indignation and shot back, "Next Christmas, I'm going to make sure a tree drops on your head."
I just started the show. I picked my box up off my desk that I've had for 9 years. My box is broken. They told me you broke it on the show last night.
Well, I really...
You big dummy.
The whole scene was genuinely spontaneous, and Rickles was truly surprised when Carson stormed in with cameras rolling. That authenticity made it comedy gold that still holds up today. This unplanned bit became one of Carson's most replayed moments and perfectly captured what made his show special: the willingness to break format, cross boundaries between shows, and create something unexpected and hilarious in the moment. Rickles later admitted the accident was genuine, though both comedians certainly played it up for maximum effect once they realized what comedy gold they'd stumbled into. 2 years later, in 1978, Rickles nearly repeated the gag by pretending to slam Carson's new replacement box, but caught himself just in time. Number 2. Ed Ames and the Tomahawk Toss. 1965 brought what might be the luckiest comedic accident in television history. Singer and actor Ed Ames from the show Daniel Boone boasted about his tomahawk throwing skills during an interview, and Carson challenged him to demonstrate this ability on camera with an actual target. A wooden board with a chalk outline of a cowboy was wheeled onto the stage while the Adventures of Pow Wow theme played. Ames wound up and let the tomahawk fly, and it miraculously hit the drawing directly in the groin area with the handle sticking straight up. The studio audience erupted in laughter that seemed to last forever, and Carson showed his brilliant instincts by delaying Ames from retrieving the axe, letting the audience savor the moment as long as possible. Ames quipped, "Think I'm going into another business, John?" That's when Carson delivered one of his most famous ad-libs in Tonight Show history. "I didn't even know you were Jewish. Welcome to Frontier Briss." The The line landed perfectly because Ames actually was Jewish, making the spontaneous joke even better than anyone could have scripted.
I didn't even know you were Jewish.
This impromptu moment became one of the most memorable in Ames's entire career and remains one of Carson's most frequently replayed clips, showing how sometimes the best comedy comes from pure accident combined with quick thinking. Number 3. Burt Reynolds and the Whipped Cream Fight 1974 brought pure, unscripted slapstick chaos when Burt Reynolds walked onto Carson's stage promoting The Longest Yard. Reynolds arrived dressed in leather and wielding a can of shaving cream, and what happened next caught everyone off guard. Reynolds started the whole thing, and within seconds, both men were spraying each other with cream in a playful tussle that quickly escalated beyond anything planned. Carson ended up with whipped cream all over his suit, and Reynolds wound up with a highly suggestive white stain on his pants that had the audience roaring. Both men found this absolutely hilarious, and Carson's straight-faced disbelief throughout amplified the humor to another level. The carefree nature of the bit showed two guys having fun on national television, and that authenticity made it even funnier than any carefully planned comedy sketch could have been. This moment became one of Carson's most replayed clips, proving that sometimes the simplest physical comedy creates the biggest laughs when nobody's overthinking it. Number 4. Don Rickles pranks. Frank Sinatra.
I need a girl so bad. I love my wife, but she's ill.
But you just got married, Frank. I just can't picture him on the wedding night standing in the room going, "And did it all, and I suppose it's my way."
November 12, 1976 set up one of the most spontaneous moments in Tonight Show history. Frank Sinatra was scheduled to perform, and his friend Don Rickles was also appearing that night, which meant anything could happen. During Sinatra's musical performance, Rickles suddenly appeared on stage and shouted a perfectly crafted insult at the legendary crooner. "Frank, be yourself!" Rickles yelled. "Stand up and strike somebody!" The joke referenced Sinatra's tough guy reputation, and watching Sinatra burst out laughing so hard he actually fell backward made the whole audience go absolutely wild. This impromptu prank with Rickles ambushing Sinatra in the middle of his performance showcased the unpredictability that made live television so exciting back then. Sinatra and Rickles remained lifelong friends after this, with Sinatra even giving Rickles the nickname the Rhino embroidered on his spa robe. This moment stands as one of Carson's most spontaneous and hilarious, proving that sometimes the best comedy comes from genuine friendship and playful ambushes that nobody sees coming. Number 5. Dean Martin's tipsy appearance. December 12, 1975 was a late night around 1 in the morning when Dean Martin appeared on Carson's show, clearly playing up his famous stage persona. Martin slurred his banter, sarcastically offering Carson unsolicited tips on his monologue delivery between jokes that landed sideways. "It's because you don't cock your wrist properly," Martin advised with mock seriousness. "Keep your eyes off the cue board."
You want to know why your monologue don't go over? It was a smash tonight. Well, tonight I didn't see it. It's 'cause he don't cock his wrist and you keep your eyes off the cue board. Cue card.
The cue cards.
You didn't know that.
I didn't realize that.
People magazine later noted that Martin appeared clearly intoxicated and was quick to offer the veteran host advice he definitely didn't need. Bob Hope joined them on the couch, and when Martin quipped, "You're a guest tonight, we're guests," Hope deadpanned back, "I'm just waiting for a bus." The segment turned into an improvised comedy routine as Martin broke the fourth wall, forgot his lines completely, and made self-referential jokes about everything happening around him.
You're a guest tonight. Yeah. We're guests.
I'm just waiting for a bus.
At one point, Martin even had Carson sip from his drink on camera, and fans consider this one of Carson's funniest interviews precisely because of those carefree ad-libs and the way Carson played along as the polite, bemused host trying to keep the show on track. Number 6. Jane Fonda asks about the Zize Gabor rumor. September 15th, 1989 brought one of the cheekiest moments in Tonight Show history when Jane Fonda walked onto Carson's set and brought up a notorious, off-color urban legend. The likely false story claimed that Zize Gabor once had a cat in her lap and asked Carson if he wanted to pet her kitty, supposedly leading to an inappropriate response from the host.
You know, you were talking about Zsa Zsa Gabor earlier.
Yeah, I think everybody's talking about
my
it.
son said, you know, she was on Johnny Carson's show one time. She came there with a cat on her lap, and she said to you, "Do you want to pet my p-?" You said, "I'd love to if you'd remove that damn cat." Is it true?
No, I think I would recall that.
Fonda asked Carson directly about this rumor on air, seeking his reaction to the story that had circulated for years among comedy fans. The exchange walked that delicate line between cheeky and inappropriate, and watching Carson deflect with his trademark wit and visible nervousness made the whole thing even funnier. This meta moment of talking about a joke rather than making one highlighted Carson's ability to handle risque innuendo with just the right mix of embarrassment and humor. Fact-checkers treat the original Gabor story as a myth, but the moment when Fonda brought it up became memorable in its own right, showing Carson navigating potentially awkward territory with grace and laughs. Number 7. Johnny Carson's own comedy bits.
Bob, you got to get a whole shot of this. You hold the card. Okay, now you can show it. Ready? And the damn prop doesn't work. What? All the way in. Right.
Carson wasn't just hosting, he was performing. And one of his most beloved characters became a Tonight Show institution. Carnac the Magnificent, a satirical psychic in a turban, would hold sealed envelopes to his head, announce the answer, then reveal the joke question inside, while Ed McMahon's drum roll built anticipation for each bit. Brilliant miming routines and countless ad-libbed one-liners showed Carson's quick wit beyond the Carnac character. His deadpan delivery and impeccable timing made even the simplest jokes land perfectly every single time.
Our problem is, what could we do to keep their attention tonight? Because there's a lot going on. Right now, people are saying, what?
What? I can't hear it.
So we made some little signs that we thought we would hold up as attention grabbers during the show. Well, would you like to see some of
Sure,
these?
I'd like to see one of
Well,
those.
you have to, because this is the material spot.
These bits might not have one single legendary moment like some other entries on this list, but they represent Carson's comedic style and explain why he remained on top for 3 decades straight. Viewers and comedy historians routinely vote the Carnac sketches among his top comic bits, and watching those clips today shows exactly why they became such a beloved part of late-night television history. Number 8. Rodney Dangerfield almost makes Carson fall out of his chair. Rodney Dangerfield's no-respect shtick hit differently on Carson's show because watching the host lose it made everything funnier. Throughout the late 70s and early 80s, Dangerfield appeared repeatedly, delivering rapid-fire one-liners that consistently broke Carson up in ways other comedians couldn't manage. One appearance from around 1979 became legendary when Dangerfield's stand-up set had Carson literally peeking over his desk and nearly falling off his chair with laughter.
I don't want to drink because I'm a bad drinker, I'll tell you that, Johnny. When I drink the next day, I got to do 2 things. I got to try and locate my car, and I got to bring back the car I took. I mean, I'm a bad drinker. Remember that one? Yeah, sure.
Of course I do.
Of course you do. You know a lot in my bed. I don't know. Bring on the next guy. I don't know what it is.
The camera would cut to Carson, and you'd see the host completely losing control, unable to maintain his usual composure while Dangerfield riffed about doctors, wives, and everyday frustrations. When the host can't stop laughing, you know you're watching something special. These appearances showed Carson at his most genuine, just a guy enjoying great comedy like the rest of us. And that authenticity made Dangerfield's routines even more infectious for audiences watching at home. Number 9. Jonathan Winters' improvisational madness. Booking. Jonathan Winters meant accepting that nobody knew what would happen once he sat down on that couch, and that unpredictability made him absolutely brilliant. Characters appeared out of nowhere as Winters transformed into Maude Frickert, an eccentric old lady, or Lenny Pike, a befuddled truck driver, without missing a single beat.
This is great. Good ball player, always does this. Yeah. Works the bill. Yeah. If it's like this, he's a truck driver. If it's like this, he's been hit by a truck. If it's like this, he's catching. Not so hard.
Carson himself admitted you never knew what Winters was going to say or do. Mid-sentence transformations happened constantly, and Winters would interrupt Carson completely to launch into improvised monologues that went places nobody could predict. His unpredictability kept everyone on edge in the best possible way.
Well, where's the farm? It's actually Albion. God, I wish I could think where it is. Just before I come here, I was struck by lightning. And, 2 hours up. We was 2 hours up. Coming out of hell, I don't know where I'm from originally.
Watching Carson's jaw drop in amazement as Winters riffed became part of the show itself. These appearances captured pure improvisational genius happening live on television, the kind of freewheeling performance that you simply can't script or recreate. Number 10. Steve Martin as the Great Flydini. March 1992 brought one of the strangest magic acts ever seen on television. Steve Martin appeared as the Great Flydini, a spoof magician performing tricks that made absolutely no sense, and he did it all with complete deadpan seriousness. Cards came out of his fly, his tie transformed into a deck, and through it all, Martin never cracked a smile. The brilliance came from Martin's absolute commitment to treating these absurd stunts as genuine feats of magic. Carson assisted with props while barely containing his amusement, playing the perfect straight man to Martin's ridiculous performance. That combination of stoic delivery and intentionally terrible magic created something that still holds up today. This routine became one of Martin's most memorable Carson appearances, showcasing the kind of absurdist humor that influenced a generation of comedians who followed. These 10 moments represent the best of what Johnny Carson brought to late-night television across 3 decades of hosting. From broken props to impromptu pranks, from physical comedy to quick-witted ad-libs, Carson created an environment where anything could happen and usually did when the cameras were rolling. His ability to roll with surprises, his chemistry with guests who became friends, and his genuine love of comedy made The Tonight Show a cultural institution that defined what late-night television could be. The entire 3,300-hour archive was digitized in 2010, ensuring these moments live on for new generations to discover and share. Many of these legendary guests have since passed, but their comedic genius remains preserved in these clips that continue to make people laugh. Carson wasn't just a host sitting behind a desk, he was a performer, a straight man, and the conductor of an orchestra of comedy that played for 3 decades without missing a beat. These 10 moments show exactly why he earned the title King of Late Night, and why we're still laughing at these clips today.